Hello everybody, it's Jay Brayton here again with another episode of Dominions 5. Right, so we had a battle in Rid, where we ridded ourselves of many of these enemies. So all dispossessed spirits dead. The Startine Son, the Lima Consul got away, but he may have ended up dying to the retreat, not entirely sure. Over in Northangs, which is one of the ones in the whole region behind the fort in Star Peaks, we lost the province, so we'll have to take that back at some point. And in Palame, or Palame, whatever it's called, we fought off this attacking force of Startai and Velites with our hero and his guys, so that's good. It's also another battle in Troia where they lost again, and then the Bogorussians invaded. And the sieging force has been beaten by our forces in Flammable Forest, so that's back under our control. Let's get 10 PD in there. Right, how are we doing? So there was no battle in Star Peaks, which is interesting. I think I'm going to have to... Well, this guy I'm going to keep here because the province is extremely rich, so I don't want to lose it to an attack by any of these guys walking in. So we're just going to have it attack here and hope it all goes well. This we can clear out with some area light or similar from our capital. Let's hire a Harab Seraph. Seems like a prudent thing to do because they have relatively good leadership, so they'll be fine doing that. This guy and the independent commander are both going to be leading troops that are perfectly good at attacking ghosts, so that's going to be the plan for them. Or do we go Kingdom of Dara? No, we'll go for Bunkish, because we don't want to give them an easy way into our provinces. Even if you're floating, moving through enemy provinces costs more map move, so if we leave this open, these guys may well be able to attack these provinces. If we take it, they'll probably have less easy access to it. That's the reason behind that. That is an awful lot of stuff. Awful lot of stuff. We're going to be getting diseases in this province because of the starvation due to the utterly gutted population. Welcome to fighting Dom Kill nations, I guess. This is how it always is with them. So I'm just going to storm the castle as soon as possible. I need to take out that temple and replace with my own. Plus it's always useful to have additional forts, and it may contain a lab inside it. You just never know with these guys. I don't believe enemy labs show up until you've taken the province, so that's why I'm doing that. Yeah. One more. 25 is a nice round number. Okay, they're not expanding well still. Right. Now over here, these Zots I'm going to give to this guy, and we can go around and see if we can take back some of our land with the aid of these guys, and the Fire Elemental on the other ones. It also means we can hire Camazots now, which is very useful. These guys are just basic mages, but they can wind up getting blood, so that's pretty handy, and they have decent leadership, magic leadership and undead leadership, all for the very reasonable price, 75 gold. It's part of the reason that we ban them over at something awful, but there we go. So these guys may move into here, so I'm not going to attack that just now. Once we take this, if we take this, hopefully we will, we will be then, I think, pretty much be forced to move into Lemuria. Do we have any nature mages other than my commander, pretended god yet? No, I don't think. just thinking in terms of supply increasing items, because those are really helpful. So research looking like 99. Okay. Go for construction 2 before then going up to conjuration 5. If we can survive 1 turn inside our own fort, and this contains a lab, it may, I mean, he may demolish the lab. I would if I was playing him, but then I'm probably more spiteful than he is. Then we'll be able to forge something using put it in its place once he spends a month doing that. Okay, what else is there released to this turn? So let's keep recruiting. We are still recruiting here, that's good. Try and take that Province and New Spring out pretty soon. Don't know if I'm getting any funny ideas about it. And let's look at thrones. Thrones. So, got 1 there, 1 there and 1 there. We need 4 of them to win. And those look pretty easy to take. The Bogorussians have 1 over there. So long as we can, right, we need to start getting scouts again, and then I'm going to start pinging these thrones to see what's in them. Because I could really do with knowing. Because if it's like just high numbers of troops, with pretty mediocre magic support, that's not hard at all for army like us to deal with. So that's certainly going to be worth thinking about. And then this over here, I mean, that's the Bogorussians. They're presumably building a fort on this. One would hope so anyway. So that's going to make it a bit more annoying. But as I said, Kalans are pretty good at smashing up forts. So be thinking about that. And then this under here, underwater thrones are always very easy to take. So once we get our Pretender God going back over here, it's probably only going to be, what, 4 or 5 turns to get back over here, and then equip him with the relevant items and send him underneath, and we'll be fine. Right, that's a temple over there. We probably need to get 1 more temple out at some point. They're not terribly cheap, but it is something that's worth doing. So let's just get this guy casting Bless on himself, and then Dust to Dust and so on. If they catch him in close combat and he's blessed, probably actually do okay. So I mean, it's what, 9 hit points base, but going to add another 8 of Undying onto that, and because we regenerate, that really is basically additional hit points. So 17 hit points, decent-ish attack skill. Once we're blessed with the quarter staffs, goes up to 10 with solar weapons and so on. So acceptable, not fantastic, but acceptable. Because we only really need to hit them to kill them, because they don't have high protection, for example. So the solar weapons doing triple damage will do a fair old number on them. I feel like we're going to get hit by about 500 ghosts in a second, so that'll be enjoyable. Right. We want spells, is that right? Yes, probably spells rather than... But I mean, he could rinse so much mana, so much fatigue rather. Let's see what specific spells we want to be casting. I've been told with some certainty that Flaming Arrows isn't working at the moment, so hopefully that'll be fixed for release. Should definitely be. And then, I mean, what else is he going to cast? He's going to cast some really bad evocation because we don't have any evocation research, so maybe attacking is the way forward, I don't know. But we're like 5 hit points per turn regen, so tricky position to be in. Fast Strike is basically free to cast, but only affects one person at a time. Otherwise, I'd be using that a lot more. Maggots is a really awful spell, so that's good. Don't go around using that, I would say, unless you have a very specific target in mind. Basically does 50 poison damage to undead, one specific undead at the cost of 1 gem, outstandingly, and most of them have pretty decent poison resist, so in truth it's actually 25 damage, which I can't really think of any undead target I would want to spend a whole gem on just trying to kill one of very slowly and hoping it didn't have any regen, which his guys do, so that makes it even less worthwhile. What we do here, I probably do actually just need to bulk up that province with just even a tiny bit more stuff. It's going to make quite a decent difference. So. So it's going to be up to 20 MR, which is pretty high after anti-magic's done. Yeah, I probably don't want to be attacking because he might bring in apparitions which spread disease, and as of right at this moment he's not empowered in blood or anything. We don't have the blood research to have got blood feast done either, so yeah, it's probably not worth risking it for that. For like more ordinary provinces, I would say definitely set them on attack, but if you're going to be fighting, you know, 300, 400, 500 guys, nah, don't do it, kids, it's not worth it. Okay, we've already gone around the houses about that. Moving a temple over there. Any new mercs? No. The Erethan's got Black Bones Pirates, more for them. And still doing this over here. Okay, let's just get a Harab Seraph. Nah, that's not worth it. Right. I reckon we'll move them over there on Blessing Dust to Dust orders. Could probably repel that. Additional PD probably wouldn't help too much though. Let's take his skull off him. They changed the value on skulls between patches? They did. Used to be plus 18, now it's plus 14. Who knows why? Right. God, PD in there is awful. Right. They may well be attacking into this province actually, so I'm going to have to move over there. I want to keep this temple intact. It's also got a lamb in the province. In fact, they may just attack it with like 500 ghosts and write off star peaks. I don't know. We'll have to see. If they try and kill my pretender though, and all the stuff on here with these, should be okay. I like having 2 BD commanders in an important province, so that's why I'm going to bring up defense to 20. We're not saving up, which probably should be, but needs must at this point. Needs must. It's a critical point in the game, so I'll try and do our best to keep hold of it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Binge Prison, and goodbye.